Hello traders, it's Daniel Martin, and today we're going to talking about review your brain for trading success. So this topic is very important for many of you. Many of you will not even bother to look into this topic yet until you start trading, until you're going through. It's like a going to war and you got traumas that actually make you to suffocated, to suffer, to go fears, to go problems. And when you go into trading, you see those problems coming up. It start to your feelings is make you to think different, make you to do things different, and that is what will happen with you and me. It's happened to me many times. It's happened that I got these kind of problems constantly. But how do we actually professional traders we stop to be this happening? So through this topic. Blog, we go Maria and Peter will discuss about how to do it. They give you some examples how it can be done, but I will add more annotations myself as we're going through this topic. So let's go into the video now. Let's go into the audio now.
Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're digging into something that challenges a really common idea in trading. The idea that it's all about finding the perfect strategy. You know, that one magic setup.
Right, the holy grail strategy. Everyone's looking for it.
Exactly. But I bet a lot of you listening have felt this. You have a great plan, solid, well-researched, and then you just find yourself messing it up somehow. Jumping in too soon, maybe hesitating.
Or the classic revenge trade after a loss.
Totally. That's the one. Sabotaging your own best efforts.
And that experience, which is incredibly common, by the way, really shows where just focusing on strategy falls short.
Okay.
Our research, and what we're getting into today, points strongly towards the mind behind the strategy being the real edge.
The mind executing it.
Precisely. A lot of traders think their mindsets, their reactions, their discipline, it's fixed. Like you were born patient or you're not.
Right. That's the common belief.
But the science, well, it tells a very different story. It's just not true that it's fixed. Your mind, your reactions, they can absolutely be changed, developed.
And that leads us right into our main topic for this deep dive, neuroplasticity, which is basically the brain's amazing ability to rewire itself, right? To form new connections all through life.
That's it. Think of your brain less like fixed hardware and more like a dynamic landscape. You can forge new paths, redirect old ones.
So it's not just some cool science fact, it's actually a practical tool.
A very practical tool, especially for something as mentally demanding as trading. It's genuinely empowering.
Okay, so our mission today is to unpack how you can actually use this neuroplasticity.
Yep, how to reshape your thinking, manage those emotional reactions better, build real discipline, all for, long-term profitability.
And we're using cutting-edge research to show how the best traders do this. It's not luck, it's training.
Exactly. They train their brain. This isn't just theory. We want to give you actionable stuff, practical techniques from the sources to really shift your approach.
Okay, that's a big promise. Let's dig into the science first. Why can our brains change like this? What's really going on?
Okay, sure. So imagine your brain is like a dense forest. Every thought, every action, every feeling. It's like walking down a path in that forest.
All right.
The more you walk down a specific path, the wider and deeper it gets. Right? Easier to follow next time.
Okay, makes sense.
Well, that's literally happening with your neurons. Repeated thoughts, repeated behaviors, they strengthen the connections between specific neurons. Neurons that fire together, wire together, is the famous saying.
Ah, I've heard that.
So every time you do that revenge trade after a loss, you're physically making that revenge trade pathway stronger, more automatic.
Wow. So if I keep taking that same impulsive path, it becomes the default. But if I consciously choose a different path?
That new path gets stronger. Over time, that can become your default. That's the key for traders.
Right.
If you consistently stick to your plan, even when it feels uncomfortable, you're strengthening the pathways for discipline, for patience, for rational thinking.
So things like impulsiveness or lack of discipline, they aren't fixed traits. They can be developed. Or undeveloped, I guess.
Exactly. It's moving from that fixed mindset, I am who I am, to a growth mindset, I can change and improve, and it's grounded in actual biology.
That changes everything. Okay, so let's talk about breaking bad habits then. Overtrading, hesitating, emotional calls. Our sources talk about these being reinforced by neural loops.
Is the habit loop. It's a powerful concept.
How does that work in trading? Why are they so tough to break?
Well, think of it as a simple chain. Trigger, action, reward. In trading, it gets supercharged because of the speed and the stakes.
Okay, give me an example.
A common one. The trigger is a loss. A significant loss.
Okay.
The action, for many, is that immediate impulse, got to make it back. So you jump into another trade, probably unplanned, maybe bigger.
Yeah, sounds familiar.
And the reward isn't necessarily profit. It might just be a fleeting sense of control or maybe just a moment of relief from the sting of the loss.
Ah, okay. So the reward isn't always positive in the long run.
Not at all. But that brief relief reinforces the action. It tells your brain, hey, doing that felt slightly better, even if it leads to more losses later. Your brain gets wired to react to loss with that impulsive action.
So our brain's trying to cope, but it's using a really bad strategy for the market context.
Precisely.
So if we're caught in that loop, how do we break it? What are the practical steps?
The sources point to a 3-step rewiring process. First, you've got to identify your triggers. This takes self-awareness.
Observing yourself.
Exactly. What happens right before you make that impulsive trade? Is it a sudden market move? A few small losses adding up? Boredom even? Journaling helps a lot here.
Okay, identify the trigger. Then what?
Step 2, interrupt the loop. As soon as you notice the trigger, you need a circuit breaker. Stop the automatic response.
How?
Could be as simple as stepping away from the screen 5 minutes. Stand up, walk around, get some water, anything to break that immediate trigger action link.
Create some space.
Exactly. Space for your rational brain, the prefrontal cortex, to catch up with the emotional impulse.
Okay, identify interrupt. What's step 3?
Replace the action. You need to consciously choose a constructive response instead of the old habit.
So after my 5-minute break.
Okay, before we continue on this particular options, is that, okay, yes, it looks simple, yeah? Just do this exercise and they will work. I will add something else into this, a particular exercise, and it's really, really important, is that you, and later on this topic, you will notice that I will actually say to you to visualize your yourself, how you will a successful trader, yeah, in the future. But let's just thinking about that for 1 second. How are you going to be visualize something that you never been yet? So how you gonna look successful if you never been successful as a trader? So how do we do this? So the only way to be doing this is to actually to think in any time, any moment in your life that you feel that success, that you've been successful, and then go to that moment, that particular moment in your life, and focus into that feelings that you have at that particular moment. Let me give an example why this works so powerful. Not talking about meditation before, not talking about all this rewiring and all the stuff like that is amazing, but first thing is to what type of meditation, what type of actually focus and direction you should have. So let's think about that for 1 second, is that thinking about a best happy moment of your life. Yes? Find that happy moments if you like. Do you have it? So what happened then? If you do have that moment right now at this point and you open your eyes, you will see that you smile. You feel happy because you remember that moment and you feel happy, but you are not happy now. Yes, are you? No, you're not, but you feel happy. So this is the same process, the same principle that I use myself to actually to make yourself profitable. So before you start trading, I want you to go to your best moment in life, that moment that make you to feel profitable, to make you confident. What does profitable mean? Feel confident, feel discipline. What are you looking for? Looking for those elements that make you to be a successful trader. What does a successful trader look like? Discipline, confident, you know? So look for those ones in your life. We don't look for happiness, we're looking for feelings. Find them. When you find them, those moments, repeat that every day before you start trading. All the time. Visualize those moments and then open your eyes and start trading. And then you can actually do all the things that I've been suggesting about to change everything in your daily activities. The other way, it will be very tough, very difficult, because you never been see yourself as a profitable trader. So how you can actually make that happen? So for that, you need to create a pre-person. So when you actually being a profitable means, what does profitable mean? Discipline, focused. So be aware of all these feelings and add it into your meditation process before you start trading. Okay? So guys, let's continue with the video or audio. Yeah.
Right.
Instead of jumping back in, maybe you review your trading plan, check your risk rules, do a quick analysis, something positive and planned.
Right.
By doing that consistently, you start building a new neural pathway. You rewire the brain to associate that trigger, the loss, with rational review, not impulsive reaction.
That's a really clear framework. Okay, let's shift to mindset. The sources talk about scarcity versus abundance as mindsets. Scarcity sounds like a trap.
Oh, it really is, and it's where a lot of people start. Scarcity means you're operating out of fear.
Fear of what?
Fear of missing out FOMO. Fear of losing money, fear of being wrong. It leads to desperate decisions, right? Holding losers too long, cutting winners short.
Yeah, you're trading from a place of anxiety.
Exactly. And neurologically, you're keeping your brain stressed, firing up the amygdala fear center, which inhibits your rational thinking. It's a bad cycle.
So how does the abundance mindset contrast with that? And how do we actually cultivate it? It sounds like a big shift.
It is a big shift, and it's transformative. With an abundance mindset, you see the market differently. Not as a place of limited opportunity, but as, well, abundant, full of opportunities.
So losses aren't disasters.
Losses are data, feedback. Missed trades are just lessons. There will always be another opportunity. This leads to more patience, more resilience.
Okay, how do we rewire for that?
Several strategies. First, reframe losses. Instead of what did I lose, ask what can I learn? Shift from blame to learning.
Makes sense.
Second, focus relentlessly on execution, not outcome. Your job isn't to win every trade. It's to follow your plan perfectly every time. The results take care of themselves over the long run. Reduces the emotional sting of any single trade.
Detached from the individual outcome.
Precisely. And third, actively train optimism. Not fake positivity, for conditioning. Gratitude journaling. What opportunities did you see? What trades did you execute well? Even non-trading stuff. It biases your brain positively.
And visualization.
Yes, visualizing yourself trading calmly, confidently, sticking to the plan. That reinforces the neural pathways for successful, abundant thinking.
That focus on execution really connects to discipline. We often think discipline is something you just have. But the sources say it's built, right? Like strengthening a muscle.
Exactly right. That old idea of discipline being innate. It's outdated. Neuroplasticity shows it's a skill you build with practice, with repetition.
Which is why top traders have routines.
Their routines aren't just habits. They're deliberate ways to condition their brain to get into that optimal state for trading.
So how can we build that discipline muscle?
A few key techniques. 1. Create solid pre- and post-trading rituals. Before trading, maybe...
Okay, so before I explain what kind of rituals you can have on this blog or topic, just give you my own routines, which is very important for all of you maybe to be aware of that. Maybe you got this curiosity. If you don't, well, I'm gonna tell you now. So myself, one of the most important thing I do is to make sure that I sleep always 8 hours. No 7, no 6, no 9, 8 hours. Always the same number of hours. Try to always try. I say the word try because it's difficult for me to always to go to bed at the same time and wake up at the same time. Now, I just about, without an alarm, I always wake up at 6 in the morning, yeah? So what happens if I did sleep less, then I have to have another siesta in the evening, in the middle of the day, something to recover my 8 hours sleep, yeah? Very important. All right, so this is rule number 1 for me, is to be sharp, to be okay, to be focused, to be not being tired, yeah? Mentally. Now, next step is I'm going for a walk. Yes, I just prepare my coffee and I go for a walk with my dog. Yes, I get all this stuff done, walking, thinking about my all day. How am I going to do the day? Then after that, when I'm back, I just actually have a cold shower. But no, obviously people say, oh, seriously, that cold in winter? Yes. Well, I go hot and cold, and make you to activate your muscles and make you to wake up again. Another coffee. So this is actually the preparation. Then before I start trading, I just focus into my brain, into my thinking. The way I was explaining to you, I start to thinking, okay, when I was successful, when I was profitable, when I was doing this, when I was actually a profitable then you just talking all these things to you and you say, okay, forward. And then before I was actually start trading, I was focused in when I was not a trader. It's like I didn't have nothing, so I was focused when I was actually won the work, when I was actually beat the chess player in my city. So I was very proud of that, and I've actually feel the discipline, the control, the focus, and I was actually proud of that. That proud make me to be able to start to be a trader. And from trading now, obviously I've been making money for a long time, and I say, oh, okay, what was my best trades in my life? What was my best moments of my life? What was the best year of my life? So focus on that, and now go into those moments and feel the happiness of that. Those moments of control, discipline, focus. Then boom, back again. Remind me every single day. And I've been doing this for 25 years and still doing this. Remember, I'm still doing it. Yes? So be aware of that. Let's continue with the article.
Review your list. Check news. Meditate. Afterwards, review trades, journal, disconnect properly. Consistency builds predictable neural patterns for focus.
Okay, rituals. What else?
Use checklists, seriously, like pilots or surgeons. They reduce errors under pressure. For trading, confirm entry, check. Verify risk, check. Set stops, check. It takes the load off your brain when things get intense.
Externalize the process.
Exactly. And finally, automate where you can. Reduce decision fatigue. Set price alerts. Define risk rules automatically. Maybe use bots for simple execution. Save your mental energy for the big decisions.
Makes sense. Now, trading is incredibly stressful. Fight or flight is easily triggered. How do traders manage that? How do they rewire that primal stress response?
Yeah, that's crucial, because that knee-jerk emotional reaction can wreck even the best strategy. But again, we can train the brain to override it.
How?
One major tool, breathwork and meditation. Deep breathing, mindfulness, they literally lower stress hormones like cortisol.
Okay.
And they increase activity in the prefrontal cortex, your rational brain. So you're building a direct connection to calm yourself down deliberately when the market goes wild.
Interesting. What else?
Another one, maybe sounds a bit out there, cold exposure and structured exercise.
Cold showers. Really?
Yeah, think about it. Enduring something uncomfortable like cold requires conscious focus and discipline to override the urge to jump out. That same mental muscle gets trained.
Ah, I see the connection. You're practicing overriding discomfort.
Exactly. It builds mental resilience, self-regulation, great for handling market pressure.
Okay. Any other techniques for stress?
A simple but powerful one, delayed reaction training. Market does something crazy, triggers you emotionally. Train yourself to just wait.
How long?
Sources suggest maybe 30 seconds minimum before reacting. That pause breaks the impulsive loop, gives your rational brain a chance to step in.
30 seconds. Doesn't sound like much, but I can...
Okay, sorry guys, let me stop you on this here. This for all the cases is 30 seconds, okay? Sometimes it takes much longer. This is more like if you are a day trader. So for day traders, yes, 30 seconds is more than enough. For swing traders, maybe longer. So for position traders, even longer. So it's not about 30 seconds, it's about the amount of time you need to have that control. It's like I say to yourself, I am in control. Remember this moment, these happy moments, these control moments. So be aware of that. So yes, I am in control. Then you can go forward. Doesn't matter if it's 30 seconds or half an hour. Okay? So be aware of that. It's not about the amount of time. It's to actually make sure that you do have clear mind before you start trading. And it's not about even clear mind. It's about to have always the same type of mind. At least you have the same pattern of mind to moving forward. Okay? Let's continue with this audio.
See how it would help. Okay, let's get even more specific. Our sources mention 4 key techniques for rewiring trading psychology. First up, mindfulness and meditation again. Beyond stress, what's the direct trading benefit?
So as we touched on, it literally strengthens the prefrontal cortex, your planning impulse control center. And it shrinks the amygdala, the fear center.
Physically changes the brain.
Physically. So for a trader, that means more emotional stability, less impulsive reaction, more clarity under pressure. You're building the brain structure for composure. Even 10 minutes a day helps.
Wow. Okay, second, positive affirmations. Sounds simple, maybe too simple. How does that actually rewire anything?
It's not just wishful thinking. It's about actively programming your internal dialogue. If you constantly tell yourself, I panic under pressure, guess what? You probably will.
Your brain reinforces it.
Right. Neuroplasticity lets us flip that. Consistently use affirmations like, I execute my plan with discipline, or I remain calm under pressure. Especially powerful when you visualize yourself doing it.
Feel it.
Yes. Say it, see it, feel it. Your brain starts to accept this new narrative and acts accordingly.
Okay. Third technique, neurofeedback training. Sounds very high-tech.
It is pretty cutting edge. It involves train your brainwaves in real time to achieve optimal states, focus, calm, and reduce patterns linked to anxiety or impulse.
How do people access that?
Traditionally, it needed specialized gear, but it's becoming more accessible. Think biofeedback apps, heart rate variability monitors, tools that give you real-time feedback on your nervous system.
So you learn to control your state.
You learn to consciously shift from stressed and reactive to calm and focused. Really helpful if you struggle with things like hesitation or revenge trading.
Got it. And the fourth one, cognitive reprogramming using CBT principles. This tackles deeper beliefs.
Yeah, those ingrained patterns about money, risk, failure. For instance, if deep down you think losing a trade means you are a failure,
that's going to cause problems, loss aversion, maybe revenge trading to prove yourself.
Exactly. So a practical way to apply CBT is through detailed trading journaling.
More than just P&A.
Much more. Write down your emotions during trades. Your thought process. Was it rational, aligned with your plan, or driven by fear, greed, bias?
Like loss aversion or overconfidence.
Yes. And then critically reflect.
Okay, guys, this is important, very, very important, okay? I've been said this thousands of times. The best way I've been actually able to have all those emotions being displayed is to record your face. Record yourself when you're trading. Record the screen when you're trading. At the same time, talk to the screen, whatever your feelings are. Say whatever you have to say. Record that moment. Even if it's only 1 hour a day, it's enough. Then review once a week all those moments and see what do you say, how you react are, and if you're really honest or not. You will see more if you see your face. Yeah. So this is very, very important. I've been saying many times, and I will continue to say, this is the best way for you to catch everything related to your emotions. Yeah. So let's continue with this audio.
How could I have responded more logically? Doing this consistently helps you spot those damaging thought patterns and consciously replace them with rational decisions. You become your own therapist in a way.
Actively rewiring those default thoughts, that's a powerful daily practice. Okay, so we've covered fixing negative patterns, but the sources also talk about programming for future success, visualizing your trading future.
Yes, this is about shifting from fixing problems to actively shaping your success. It's mental priming. Vividly imagining your future success actually starts building the neural pathways to get there.
Like a mental rehearsal?
Exactly. The sources give a step-by-step process for this.
Okay, I'm listening. How do we do it?
Step 1, define your future trading self. In detail, write it all down. Ideal routine, capital, how does trading feel? What's your lifestyle? Get specific. Sensory details help.
Make it feel real.
Step 2, and this is clever, bring it to life using AI. Use something like ChatGPT. The prompt is basically, tell me story of a day in my future life based on these goals I just wrote.
Whoa, okay. Paste your goals in.
Yep. Let the AI weave it into an immersive story based on your vision.
That makes it really tangible.
It does. Step 3,
Okay, before we go into step 3, this is very important. When you have this ChatGPT give you this story, remember to do the same process. Go to that moment of your life that you feel proud, confident, or happy, or whatever you want to go into those particular ingredients that you use earlier when you start trading. So now when you want to visualize your future yourself, I want you to actually to go into that moment, and then see that story is telling you when it's been reading to you. Read that story, close your eyes, and thinking about that story is the ChatGPT or any AI is telling you how will you look like. Imagine that. Get that in your head. So mix that emotions that you have from the past and add this new story into, and then you start to creating your own new personality. So this is the way you will create a new trader, successful trader in the future.
Immerse yourself in that story. Read it daily. Visualize it. Feel the confidence, the success. This primes your brain to believe it and act in ways to achieve it.
Okay, define, use AI to storytell, immerse. What's next?
Step 4, reverse engineer it. Go back to the AI and ask, based on this story, create a daily schedule with actionable steps to help me get there.
Bridges the vision to daily actions.
Exactly. It gives you a concrete plan, so you're defining, visualizing, immersing, and then acting. You're directing your neuroplasticity towards that successful future.
Okay, so wrapping this all up, the main takeaway from this deep dive is incredibly empowering, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Trading success isn't some innate gift. It's about training your brain. Using neuroplasticity, you can actually develop the discipline, the emotional control, the rational thinking needed.
It's about deliberate effort, not genetic lottery.
And that leads to that powerful quote from the sources.
Yeah. The market isn't the challenge, you are the challenge.
And that's the best news possible because it means you have full control over your success.
Mm-hmm. Your adaptable brain is your ultimate edge. Understanding that changes the game.
It really does. And that leaves us with a final thought for everyone listening. If your brain is this adaptable for something as complex as trading, what else in your life could you have more control over than you think? Maybe a habit you want to change, a mindset you feel stuck in. Think about applying the same ideas, identify triggers, interrupt, replace, visualize to any challenge. The you in 6 months, the one who started deliberately rewiring, well, they'll probably thank you.
Okay, guys, I hope you enjoyed this blog. Topic is quite interesting for me because this is the way you will be able to fix anything you want in life that you want to go forward. So I use this same technique that I learned from trading to doing 24 hours run. I do the same technique without even know when I was a teenager to actually to beat the winner of the chess club when I was not even playing chess properly at that time. So I've been using always these techniques to actually to move forward. So I hope you like this, and I will continue to get successful stories in my life moving forward. Thank you to these techniques and everything I do in life. So I hope you enjoy and you're able to master this. If you do have any questions about how to actually to create this amazing rewiring your brain, I will be very happy to answer any question in our Discord. And that's it. So enjoy. It's fascinating that now anything that you want, anything you like to do is possible if you know how to use your brain. So guys, see you in the next one. Bye now.